Hello.
Hello.
Finally.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great.
Mm,
So you're calling from Greece. Brilliant. I'm so
exactly.
glad you're bringing Greece to our International Permaculture Day. And uh, is your name Pablo or
Pavlos.
Pavlos?
Ex-
Pavlos.
yeah, exactly as it's spelled.
Okay. I just can't see your name spelled anywhere here. I just see your email, Pablo at Hotmail. Um, Tell us about what you're doing because you said you wanted to speak. Well, you're representing a really interesting edge
Mhm.
of slow food and young people in Greece.
Exactly. The slow food movement is a leading international organization and movement dealing with good, clean, and fair food,
Mm.
uh, trying to create this umbrella that unites all the voices around the world on issues related to sustainable farming, sustainable production, but also responsible and conscious appreciation of good, clean, and fair food.
Mm.
Of course, it becomes it goes without saying that, like, for an organization to have a future, it is absolutely necessary that it has also a strong youth network.
Mm.
This is why, after many efforts, a couple of years ago, we have set up this international network of young, motivated uh, people, drawing inspirations by the Terra Madre network of slow food and the writings and words of our inspiring president, Carlo Petrini.
Mm.
And we have started getting together in university campuses, in squares, in schools, in public gardens, and we have been putting together forward all these projects that are aiming to link the rural with the urban, because it was apparent for us that these two go together. Like the hand that sows the seed on the field has to be linked with the hand that cooks this food, with the
Uh-huh.
hand that takes the form and the knife and eats this food. And it has been a very blissful experience, and it is a very blissful and exciting experience because we are trying to bring a positive change. We are creating a sort of a revolution for our generation, and this is a revolution that is not based in violence, it's based on the pleasure of good food.
Uh-huh.
So it is amazing to see more and more young people getting infected by this spirit and occupying public spaces and dedicating them to the production and the transformation and appreciation of good food and the creation of community. And what is particular and interesting for our generation is that we don't approach gastronomy with a traditional elitistic approach,
Uh-huh.
but we are a generation that we have been educated from very early in our lives with the whole environmental problematic. We have been educated in a solution-oriented way. So it is the optimistic about the whole story is that, like, we have a sort of new connection. We are bridging the generation gap. We
Mm-hmm.
are taking the stories of our grandmothers and our grandfathers, and we are dressing them up with a nice, cool dress that is appealing to other young people. And these are the type of connections that are sort of new. And of course, we have the amazing power of social media
Mm.
and all this international and interdisciplinary exchange. And this is absolutely magic to see all those new connections where men and women, young and old, Europeans with American and Asians and Africans are getting together to move forward with a whole new vision.
So what do you do day to day? I mean, are you actually out in growing with young people, or what is your actual job here that you're passionate about doing?
I'm about to finish my PhD on
Uh-huh.
rural communication and extension, and my PhD is on ethnobotany. I did tropical ethnobotany in Southeast Asia, but 1.5 years ago, I made Greece home again. I moved back, and I took up the cultivation of an ancient olive grove that my family used to grow in Thrace, in the northeastern coast of Greece.
Uh-huh.
So, and of course, I'm doing a lot of writing, blogging, the olive cultivation, the international interaction with the network and other networks. And what I have been busy during the last months was a project called Farming on Crisis. And that was a film project. That was a co-production between the Youth Food Movement, the Slow Food Youth Network in the Netherlands and here in Greece.
Okay.
That was a blog project, a video blog project that we aimed to create in order to raise awareness about the issues related to the reform of the Common Agricultural Policy. And that was a video blog project that was facilitated in Holland 2 years ago with the topic of the Dutch young farmers. And the aim was to create a similar video blog for the Greek young farmers in order to project a comparison between the North and the South. The agricultural systems in Europe and the food cultures of Europe are so diverse. So it is a big challenge to deliver a single and common agricultural policy in such a diverse milieu of agricultural systems. So what we've done last summer, we shot a video blog, which we also transformed into a short documentary, and then the movie started traveling in different international film festivals around the world. And Farming on Crisis had a dual duty. One of it was, of course, to give a message to young people inside Greece that there are ways outside the economic crisis. And these ways maybe are not the traditional ways that maybe our parents or grandparents have learned to deal with. There are ways that are linked to designing a sustainable future, to getting together, to collaborating, to digging up our cultural heritage and mixing it up with modern technologies in order to create sustainable solutions. So part was to create a message for young people in Greece. The other part was, of course, its production coincided with a time where all the media were saying really ugly stuff about Greece, political corruption, riots in Athens, political instability, inefficiency. But that was a whole different Greece that I was looking. I was a different Greece. That was the Greece of solidarity, of productivity, of innovation, of young people. And we managed to get a grant from the Dutch Ministry of Agriculture. And we created this movie, and we have entered a couple of film festivals. We won a film festival in Hollywood, and we came back in our luggage with this prize. And soon this message also got this label of mainstreaming this message for sustainable development into whole new different audiences. So it is all these dynamic field that is related to rural communication in Greece and Europe, which spans the whole spectrum of the society, like from different people from different walks of life, but also different generations. And I think this is absolutely incredible because the real crisis is not the crisis of the banks. The real crisis is the fact that only 6% of farmers in Europe are under the age of 35. And somehow we were told that agriculture has no space for people, it's only for machines, and agriculture has no space for young people. And this is not wrong. There is space for food and young people, and we see these connections being born all the day, every day, from young people going back and taking the lands of ancestors, but also with young people in richer parts of Europe, like in Holland or in Germany or the UK, where like there are a whole new surge of startups and business startups that like there are young people dealing with food, and this is great.
Wow, wonderful to hear your perspective, especially since what we're hearing a lot about from Greece is this other picture, as you said. We're still hearing it, so we've got your video. That we're putting together with this interview. What's your next project? What are you looking forward to now?
We are having another movie on the go. We are actually fundraising. It's called The Small Village. Of course, to having an interesting message, like asking people to get their hands in the land again. It's very interesting because I had the privilege and the chance to collaborate with very talented young filmmakers from Greece. It was absolutely moving to see all these, inspiring force to create something. Of course, this is linked to our professional lives, but like we should not forget that there is also a social message that those projects are carrying. So we are going to create the Small Village, which is another long feature movie which deals with a small mountain community in northern Greece. It shows how people are collaborating every year to organize a music festival, but the story soon unfolds to discover the ethnography and the agricultural economy of the small village. So together with Farming on Crisis, which showcased the dynamism of young people and the young farmers of Greece, with the Small Village, we want to show the beauty, the wisdom, the earnestness, the hardship of rural life as it is depicted on the carved faces and the rough hands of our grandfathers. So young and old are going to build the future of Greece, and soon the political elite and the economic elite will understand it and will stop making our life difficult, because here we're trying. And I'm very, very convinced that very soon Greece will become the spotlight, the international spotlight in the general discourse on sustainable development, because there are a lot of minds, a lot of hands, and a lot of hearts that are working together to create a new sustainable model. And I'm absolutely convinced that Europe and the international community will be able to capitalize very soon on the solutions that we are cultivating here in Greece because of the crisis.
Thank you so much.
I thank you. Thank you. It is absolutely great to interact with your network. Permaculture is a noble cause. It's a noble philosophy, and we should be hearing more of it in our schools. We should be hearing more of it in our media, and it's absolutely like the movement gets stronger and stronger.
Yes. Thank you so much for bringing your fantastic vision and freshness and enthusiasm from Greece. It's been really wonderful to listen to you. And yes, Grow Local is exactly what you're doing. And thank you for inspiring all these young people and inspiring us for this International Permaculture Day. Thank you. Pavlos Georgiadis, you will hear from this guy again, I'm sure. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.